My name is Vicky Vasquez, and I am a graduate student at the Pacific Shark Research Center. The biggest goal in the work that I do is not only being on the frontier of shark science, which is awesome, but also making sure that I'm communicating that and then letting people know the things that they can do on the day-to-day basis. The thing about work that I do is that it seems like you always have to be by the water. Whenever I give talks out to the public, I always end with, you don't have to be by the ocean to help the ocean. The trash that is around you ends up in the water. When I go to conferences, we see a lot of times people that are doing diet studies, and they happen to mention, oh, and then we also found trash in the shark's stomach. It wasn't something they were trying to look for, it was something that they ran into. So for me, in my work, it'd be great if I could teach people about sharks, make them understand that they're awesome and there's all sorts of different kinds, and that they can help sharks by just being more mindful with their trash. The problems that I help solve in my job is understanding what is going on with lost sharks. So lost sharks are lesser known species. They're the ones that basically get outshined by the more popular ones like the great white sharks. My day-to-day goes all over the place. Sometimes my day-to-day realistically is in front of a computer and doing a lot of reading. It's really important to be up to date with what's going on with science, reading new papers and studies that are coming out, and it's also really important to be writing a lot for your own work, making sure that you're just not going out in the field and having fun, but then writing down what you did, why that was important, and what people can learn from that. So a lot of computer work, but in between that, which makes it worth it, is being on boats. So that is really fun and super random. So like tomorrow, I'm gonna be going out on a boat for cage diving with white sharks. A really great example I have is when I used to work in the Marine Science Institute, which is on San Francisco Bay. And one time we caught a leopard shark with a plastic ring around its body. And this ring had been cutting into the shark. And although that sounds sad, the nice thing is that sharks are really hardy. We were able to cut the ring off, and I'm very confident that that shark healed itself quickly. But you're just seeing a lot of bits of things floating out there. The nice thing for me is that since I'm on a lot of boats that are environmentally conscious, we oftentimes will take the time to redirect and grab that balloon that we see floating in the water. What I'm more worried about is what we're not seeing, which are those teeny tiny pieces of plastic. I don't always see those when I'm out doing my work. I see them more when I am on my off time walking on the beach, and suddenly this brown beach is bright blue and specks of bright green, and that's not supposed to be there. So one of the lucky things for me is my background. So I have family from Venezuela. I grew up in San Diego. And so basically growing up, I would be going on these family vacations to visit family, but they were in these great spots by the water. And so I got these really interesting and unique opportunities to compare what is the ocean like in San Diego to what is the ocean like in Miami, and what is the ocean like in Venezuela and Mexico, where I have more family. And that's what started to get me really interested, not just in the oceans, but in science, trying to understand why are these oceans, they're all oceans, but why do they look so different? And why are the animals in them different? I think that's what really got me into the sciencey side of the ocean. I think if other students want to try to be successful in marine science, the most important thing you can do is be resilient. That means don't give up. I used to fail math classes like more than once, and that meant going to summer school for math class. I was really bad in chemistry, but in college I tried a lot harder and I did really well in chemistry. So basically you have to figure out how much you want something, and you have to not be discouraged
when it's not as easy as you thought. But then there's also stuff that you can do in between that keeps you wanting to go. So internships, volunteering, making sure that you're doing the hard part, but you're getting some of that fun part too that makes you want to keep pushing through.